I believe it was the Prophet's Smash Mouth that once said, "So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets?" Open world video games these days are stuffed with content from epic showdowns and set pieces to simply working a normal 9 to 5 job. And for reasons known only to the developers, even something as simple as taking a virtual shower in a game might gain you something worthwhile. I'm Cy for WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 unbelievable video game rewards you unlock for doing completely mundane things. Number 10. Take a shower, get grenades. Death Stranding. Being a Kojima game, Death Stranding obviously has plenty of silly and over-the-top moments. Now, spending time in your bathroom doesn't really seem like something that belongs in the latter category, but once you realise there's a certain mechanic attached to it, it'll quickly become part of one of the most exciting moments you can experience in the game. The mechanic in question is a special processing system installed in the main character Sam's quarters. The system turns all of the waste produced by him taking a shower, or using the toilet, into grenades. Yes, your filth can be repurposed into explosives. Given how rare weapons are in Death Stranding, you'll quickly learn to appreciate your alone time in the bathroom. You'll especially appreciate it when Sam needs to go number 2, as he will produce the highest tier of grenades, the appropriately named EX Grenades 2. These explosives allow you to clump enemies together, which, combined with the EX Grenades 1+ that makes enemies disappear, makes for a rather effective combination. Just don't think about the smell. Number 9. Mix juice, survive the apocalypse. Dead Rising. Food is the key to Frank West's survival in Dead Rising. It can be used to restore his health, and having a couple of food items in your inventory is always a smart choice, especially if you have to brave the hordes of zombies or get into a boss fight. Most of the time, grabbing the first snack in sight seems to be a smart option, but if you're not in a particularly overwhelming situation, taking a little bit of time to do some actual meal prep can turn out to be incredibly beneficial. You see, Dead Rising has a juice mixing mechanic that allows the players to use blenders scattered all over Willamette Mall to turn ordinary fruits and vegetables into powerful drinks with special effects. Each type of juice restores significantly more health than the food items it's made out of, and provides the player with a unique ability. These abilities include stuff like breathing fire, running extra fast, and even becoming fully invincible for a short period of time. It may seem weird, but then again, this is the same franchise that lets people make lightsabers out of flashlights. Number 8. Play slots, win rare guns. Borderlands 2. With how wacky the world of Borderlands 2 is, it can be easy to forget about the more mundane aspects of the game. You're too busy slaughtering alien wildlife and blowing up random raider camps to think about stopping at your local bar for a little bit of relaxation. If you visit Moxie's establishment in Sanctuary, you can come across this wonderful slot machine that allows you to gamble a little bit of your money for a chance of winning even more cash, iridium, or an unhealthy amount of guns. Since it doesn't cost much to use the machine, having a little bit of simple fun with it can prove to be incredibly rewarding. You're obviously not guaranteed to win anything, but nothing beats the feeling of getting a rare weapon with great stats for a quarter of what you would normally have to pay for a much weaker gun. Just be sure not to doze off while spinning the slots, as sometimes the machine might reward you with a live grenade. Number 7. Give your Pokemon a bath, make it unkillable. Pokemon X and Y. Ever since the original Pokemon games were released in 1996, every child has wished for the ability to pet their pocket monster. It took Game Freak 17 years to finally introduce this feature to the franchise with the release of Pokemon X and Y. However, perhaps to make it more appealing to those who were no longer kids after nearly 2 decades of waiting, the developers decided to give it a little extra spice. Along with the ability to pet your Pokemon came a special stat called Affection that could be leveled up. Each level of Affection would provide your Pokemon with progressively better perks. At lower levels, it was a simple buff to the creature's experience gain, but later down the road, the Pokemon could learn how to dodge incoming attacks and double its critical hit chance. Your Pokemon was able to gain an insane advantage on the battlefield with just a little bit of love and care, even against the toughest of opponents. And to top it all off, the petting mechanic was also capable of curing all Pokemon of bad status conditions. So yes, there really was a point to spending hours head-patting your virtual pet with your 3DS stylus. Number 6. Hang out by the pool, make your allies stronger. Marvel's Midnight Suns. Marvel's Midnight Suns is not only a fusion of Marvel and XCOM, it's also a bizarre mix between a strategy game and a dating sim. Midnight Suns gameplay is divided into 2 sections: turn-based battle sequences and off-time at the Abbey, where you can interact with all of the heroes and do side activities with them. Those who play the game solely for the fighting sections might feel tempted to skip the Abbey stuff, but that would be a grave mistake. Spending time with your heroes, watching movies and sunbathing by the pool is the key to unlocking their full potential. potential. This is because of the built-in friendship system, which not only provides all of the heroes with powerful buffs, but can also unlock exclusive abilities for them. For example, frequently going on fishing trips with Blade might make him like you so much that he will start applying extra bleeding damage to all enemies in the fight. That's nice of him. It turns out that slacking off can be just as effective for getting fighting experience as actual training. It is just a matter of knowing which movie to pick when having a night off with Captain America or Wolverine. Number 5. Get married, become a shop owner. Skyrim. Aside from epic adventures and fights with dragons, Skyrim offers its players a wide variety of more down-to-earth activities such as cooking, mining and decorating your house. Though most of these features don't really add any substantial rewards, one of them does come with a one-of-a-kind opportunity. By visiting the Temple of Mara in Riften and talking with one of the priests there, the Dragonborn can unlock the ability to ask people for their hand in marriage. This is already a pretty fun feature to begin with, but as it turns out, the ability to romance your favourite companion is not the only one you can get here. When you and your better half finally get married and move in together, your spouse will announce to you that they wish to set up a shop in the house to keep themselves occupied while you're out adventuring. The shop generates passive income and allows you to offload the loot that litters your inventory. As far as vanilla Skyrim goes, getting married is the only way to own a shop of your own. It seems like a fitting reward for those who decide to settle down and take a break from saving the world. Number 4. Get a job, get a heart piece. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Although there are plenty of side activities in each Zelda title, they usually come in the form of very simple minigames and you don't get much out of them aside from rupees. The exception is a side activity in Skyward Sword that has a whole optional quest attached to it and rewards you with not just 1 but 2 heart pieces. The game's floating city, Skyloft, has a pumpkin soup bar on one of its outer islands. Inside the bar there is a faulty chandelier with a heart piece on top of it. The player can obtain the piece by breaking the chandelier, but this will anger the bar's owner. He will then demand that the player work for him to pay for the damages. Accepting the owner's demands will start a sequence of side quests in which the player has to make food deliveries, work in the garden and perform at the bar. The task can be tiring at times, but if you manage to get all of them done, the owner will reward you with another heart piece. And considering how important they are in Zelda games by increasing your overall HP, it feels like a good reward for an honest day's work. Number 3. Play arcade games, win an acid gun. Fallout 4. The Nuka World DLC for Fallout 4 introduces a whole post-apocalyptic theme park for the sole survivor to explore. With a setting like this, it was only natural that the new map would also include leisurely activities such as going on roller coaster rides, participating in treasure hunts and hanging out at a local arcade. The majority of these new features exist just for fun, but the arcade provides something extra, a wide range of unique and surprisingly powerful prizes. The least expensive rewards at the arcade are nothing more than junk, but at higher levels things start to get a bit out of control. Because the place is run by raiders, the high-tier rewards include things like assault rifles, armor pieces, and even mini-nukes. However, the most exciting prize at the arcade has to be a special gun called the Acid Soaker. It's a one-of-a-kind pistol that is capable of shooting acid-based projectiles that damage enemies over time. There's no other item like it in the game, so if you want to get your hands on it, you have to get really good at shooting hoops and playing whack-a-mole. Number 2. Be a cab driver, get a girlfriend. Grand Theft Auto 5. If you ever get tired of building your criminal empire in Grand Theft Auto 5, then perhaps a more legitimate job might sound like the plan for you, especially since one of them, taxi driving, comes with a rather unique reward. Buying the Los Santos cab company with Franklin, one of the game's 3 protagonists, will allow him to work as a cab driver. Though most cab requests play out rather ordinarily, some will require Franklin to do something extra, and this is where the aforementioned reward comes in. One of Franklin's jobs involves a distressed girl requesting to be taken to her paranoid boyfriend. Upon arriving at the destination, the man will turn out to be an abusive asshole, and Frank will beat him up in order to save the girl. She'll be so thankful for his aid that she will offer him her number and then let him take her out on a date. Aside from the strip club and one random encounter, this is the only way in the game to find a girlfriend. Who knew cab drivers made for better romantic interests than bank robbers? Number 1. Repair toasters, vaporize your enemies. Wasteland. The toaster repair skill has been a staple of the Wasteland series since its debut appearance in Wasteland 2. It seems like a worthless skill to have in a post-apocalyptic world, but those who gave it a shot and leveled it up all the way to 10 know just how useful it can really be. Although the skill does exactly what it says it does, repair toasters, the number of these little metal boxes you find in Wasteland games is quite astounding. Moreover, each one contains some kind of goodie for you to loot once you unjam the device and make it operational. These can range from mostly useless things like actual slices of toasted bread to stupidly powerful stuff like special tokens that you can exchange for unique gear and, of course, deadly weapons. The best part is that most guns you find inside the toasters come with a unique ability of their own, meaning that each prize you get from your repair work is sure to feel special. The toaster repair skill may not sound as cool and flashy as melee and firearms abilities, but in the world of Wasteland, one's knowledge of kitchen appliances is just as deadly as any conventional weapon. And that's the list. Let us know what you thought of this video down in the comments below. Which of these rewards did you get? And of course, let us know of any other mundane tasks that help you out along the way. Make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Head over to WhatCulture.com for more content every day. I've been Cy for WhatCulture, and have a good week.